My name is Sigi Osagie. Thank you very much for sharing two of your most vital resources, your intellect and your time with me and listening to me talk about people and the relevance to procurement success. In many senses, there are aspects of what I'm going to talk about that many people have mentioned. It was interesting listening to the gentleman talking about kids. I still remember my daughter when she was in, I think it's the third or fourth year of secondary school, I forget now, and they had to choose their subjects. And she says, but, so we're trying to explain it to her about, well, if you want to study something scientific, you choose a scientific subject. If you want to study something artistic, and she says, but how do I know what I want to be when I grow up? And when you spend time with kids, the innocence and the fresh perspectives that they have, it does challenge your thinking. And I found that really useful because Jules just mentioned something about perspectives, and I think that that's really powerful. In the work that I do, it's probably one of the biggest aspects of what I do, helping clients. It's not I don't really help them with procurement. I help them with this idea of perspectives and staying connected to the child in them. Because sometimes perspectives are really powerful things. If I hold this card up, everybody will say that I'm holding a what?
Business card.
A what?
Business card.
Okay. And then I'll spend the next 2 hours arguing with you that you're completely wrong because I'm holding a blank card. But we're looking at the same thing. If we can change our perspective. And I think that that's something really powerful for us, not just in procurement, in organizations in general. Now, thank you very much for the fantastic introduction, Jules. Before I start talking about chefs in the procurement kitchen, which is really about people and procurement success, I'm going to admit that I'm feeling a bit mixed up. I'm a bit excited because I do like talking about this stuff. It's my thing. It's what I've really been interested in. But I'm also a bit nervous. And I'm also wondering why Lisa put me up first, considering that I paid for coffee when we met. So, it's a payback kind of thing. But Jules mentioned a bit about me, and I thought it was useful to kind of mention that. Not because I want to boast. I think that's important. I don't want to boast. But this idea of organizational success, whether we're talking about procurement, any other functional area, or the whole enterprise, organizational success relates as much to individual success as anything else. And my own interest in this area of success started from my desire to improve myself. And Jules is right. I still remember when I landed at Heathrow Airport, I did have big gaping holes in the shoes I was wearing. And I had about £3 in my pocket. But I wasn't worried about that. I was just excited by the opportunity to be in a society where I could make something of myself and create the success that I wanted. I actually started that search not far from here, and I try and avoid walking past it sometimes in Leicester Square, Haagen-Dazs restaurant. So when Jules starts talking about that, sometimes I get emotional because it's been a journey for me. Along that journey, I made a conscious effort to develop my career to give me different perspectives by getting exposure to different operational areas. And I ended up in senior executive roles in different businesses. But my search for success led me to realize that we spend more of our lifetime in the workplace than with our loved ones. So success in the workplace is pretty much connected to personal success and fulfillment, except you want to go and live in an ashram in India or be a scientist and lock yourself up in a cave. And that led me into looking at how organizations who stay at the top of their game in the long term, how do they achieve that success? So I think Tanya mentioned something about leaders and leadership. What is it that companies like Procter & Gamble, some companies we haven't heard of, Cargill, Mars, and many small companies that we haven't heard of, what do they do